fact, we are seeing a real uptick, and it really concerns me. In 2015, we saw one fentanyl case coming through controlled substances. In 2017, we saw 13. In 2016, we saw 13. 2017, we saw 24, and we have seen 24 already this year. So we're on pace to double the number of fentanyl cases we see again this year.
On the East Coast, it's taking over towns.
Oh, and it's putting laboratories underwater because they are seeing so many of these opioid cases come in. It really concerns me. We've seen carfentanil, which is the really crazy strong opioid. We've seen that now 5 or 6 times.
But the difference is, there's a little bit a different for accessibility on that side. In Texas, that should be tough to get to, at least as far as being prescribed. You'd like to think. I mean, we don't have this. We do have pill mills and such, but not like pill mills out in Florida, pill mills out in some of these other East Coast. Where are they coming? Do we have an idea of where these things are coming from?
Yeah, I hear lots of theories about that. Texas has typically not had some of the same opioid issues as other places in the country. We've also sat kind of a couple of years behind other places in the country. And my fear is, looking at this pattern of increase, it's coming. But a lot of the fentanyl, carfentanil, and the other fentanyl analogs, a lot of that just comes through the mail.
Well, what they say is so apparently they mix them with heroin.
Yep.
And to
and we see what we're seeing more here than necessarily mixed with heroin is it's in pills. So there are pills that are manufactured to look like these. I mean, you say pill mills, meaning like the pain management clinics and things like that. But I mean, literally, this is a garage with pharmaceutical grade pill presses, mills.
Right.
And big fat guy in there with a thing full of stearate, and he shakes his little carfentanil on top of it, dumps it in the pill mill, and cranks out 10,000 things that are supposed to look like oxys.
That's terrible. And they look exactly like oxys?
Yep.
And so the person gets charged with oxys until the lab comes back.
Well, the person actually, out of those 10,000 pills, like carfentanil is lethal at 20 micrograms, a 20 microgram dose. That's like less than a grain of salt. So they shake that on, say a gallon jug of stearate, put it in the pill mill. They're going to crank out 10,000 pills that have nothing in them, and like 10 pills that have a screaming hot carfentanil dose. They get hold of one of those pills, it's going to kill the whole neighborhood.
Mm. Are you in any communication with health departments or other governmental agencies? I mean, who are they and how? I mean, because this is a real issue.
It is a real big deal. Actually, I'm going to another community policing event next week to talk to citizens and talk about the dangers of fentanyl and carfentanil and what we're seeing. And yeah, every time we start to see this stuff, we hop up and down. It's one of the real benefits. Yes, we've got some backlogs yet in biology that we're working with. We've got some backlogs yet in latent prints, but controlled substances, our turnaround time there is between 6 and 8 days. Which really, that's part of what's the benefit on this, is because we've got stuff that's coming in off the street that we've got near real-time data to go back to HPD and first responders. This stuff is out there. Mm-hmm. This is what you need to be careful about.
And you're receiving it in all different forms, capsules, pills. Yep. That's phenomenal.
It's terrifying, really.
It's absolutely terrifying.
It's terrifying.